Sure.
Can you start off by introducing yourselves? Sure. People that might not heard of you before.
Hi, I'm Nicolette.
And this is Aixa from Go Betty Go.
And I'm Betty.
And I'm Michelle.
Tonight you're playing your CD release show for your new album Reboot. What can you tell me about the new album?
Yeah, well, first of all, it was a surprise to us that we'd actually be in this position today. We never thought we would actually get back and record a new record, so it's really exciting. And this one was done through crowdfunding, and it was done with the support of all of our fans, which is awesome to know that they're there and that they wanted to contribute and help us make this.
A lot of bands are having a lot of success with all this like crowdfunding stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of bands are also coming back after 10 years.
Right. Yep. It seems like decade is like...
The fans are more, like, you have a bigger fan base now, I guess.
Yeah, or people are just wanting to help.
Yeah. People just wanting,
I think they just like being a part of it. Like it's
It's
you know,
exciting for everybody.
like we're all in on it, you know.
Yeah,
So it's,
and
it's really cool.
It sounds like they want new music just as much as we do, so it's exciting for all of us to make it happen together.
What were some of the things that you had offered to your fans for helping out? For pledge?
I made a mixed CD, and then
A lunch date with Go Bitty Go and mini golf.
yeah,
Which we sold.
clothes
School.
that we wore in music videos.
What else? We had
Our itineraries. Oh yeah, they could.
our tour itineraries. We had
we could cover whatever they wanted, right?
we covered songs, which we still have to do the Michael Penn cover. We have homework to do.
Oh, a day at the studio and we had
We had someone come to the studio. It's a lot of like just exclusive stuff that we would never otherwise be able to offer. So we had to like come up with it to do it.
Do you have any surprises for your fans tonight?
We have, let's see, we have a piñata with prizes,
A guitar raffle,
a guitar raffle,
and there's a bunch of surprises in the piñata. So.
yeah, and the first 50 people are getting a free CD.
Where's the guitar?
That's downstairs. What influenced your new record, like, music-wise or just in general?
I think we wanted to go in a slightly more like bluesy rock and roll approach instead of just straightforward punk rock, to kind of like let it groove a little bit more, let it feel a little bit more edgy in that sense. And I definitely lyrically was kind of influenced by a supernatural experience that I had in my apartment because I had a ghost in my house. And so I thought it'd be fun to go to take on a theme of being haunted and yeah, the darker side of things.
What is on your playlist?
Yeah.
Like, what are you currently listening to?
Oh, actually, let me see.
Just a little bit of everything. Like for me, I don't think haven't taken the time to like update my iPod.
Yeah.
Really, you know,
I've been
it's just
listening-
a bunch of old stuff.
Spotify
Yeah.
or-
I
Radio.
Sirius
Yeah.
in my car, you know. So.
I've been listening to Tim Armstrong's solo record quite a bit. I don't know why, but I'm like super into it right now.
I like that record too. You played it the other day,
Yeah.
and I was digging it.
On Sirius, my favorite
Yeah.
stations right now are Channel 46, which is Backspin. It's a bunch of the old school hip hop, and then the 50 station, Channel 5.
I right now the new bands that are out that I've listened to that I like are like Imagine Dragons, and they seem like they'd be a fun live band too. I just haven't seen them. And a duo group, I think they're from Germany, called Milky Chance.
Cool.
Have you heard them?
No.
They had a song on the radio that I don't know. I liked their vibe.
Yeah. And then my friend's record is really good. Silver Hands, phenomenal show, very cool duo.
If you were invisible for a day, what would you do?
Invisible?
Ooh.
I think about this a lot.
Then what would you do?
It'd be all creepy. I'd probably go to like my favorite celebrities' house. What a weirdo.
Yeah, I'd love to walk into mansions like in Hancock Park and just like see what the inside of their houses look like, what's in people's closets, especially like
super nosy.
yeah.
Yeah.
just like fabulous
I don't know what
clothing.
I
I
would
just want to
do.
look through it all.
Yeah, and see like
Right?
their
How
shoes
cool.
and the
Walk
jewelry.
into
Yeah.
Gwen Stefani's closet.
Imagine.
That would be cool.
It's like floating clothes.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do. Maybe, for me, I have a son, a 4-year-old, and so if I'm home and he's home, it's like nonstop. So if I'm invisible, maybe I would just like sleep, or like they would just leave me alone because if it's not him, it's my boyfriend. It's like I never get that moment to
You
myself.
just chill out.
Yeah,
Be alone.
no one can see me.
That was a fun question.
Do you have any tour stories, like funny tour stories, or
Yeah.
Black ice or
Bad ones? Bad ones or good or
Bad ones, good ones. Which one do you want to tell?
it's have Nikki tell the Black Ice one.
you tell it.
Okay. Well, we were on tour in Colorado, and we were about to go up the mountain, and we were getting some gas first. And then the woman at the cashier says, "Hey, are you guys going up the mountain?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay, you need to be careful with the black guys." I was like, "Oh, okay, all right." And I didn't know what to respond to that. So I go back into the van. I'm like, "All right, we're ready to go." And geez, they're really racist here. They told me to be careful with the black guys. And they're like, "Oh, shoot." So as we're going up the mountain, we start seeing the signs on the road that say "Beware of black ice," and I was like, "Okay, that's what she said." I just have a hard time hearing sometimes, so I assume people say certain things.
Yeah. Well, we're just never around snow or ice or
Yeah, being from LA,
Signs
we're
that
not
say
used to
Black
any
Ice on it.
Yeah.
driving through cold, icy roads. So yeah.
I can't think of like a crazy thing that's happened to us on the road.
One
would be a
time we
good
drove
one?
like 75 miles out of the way. Like, you're tired.
was it driving?
It was 3 a.m. It was raining.
Yeah.
And the thing, this was before like smartphones, so we just had our like printed out MapQuest paper, and we just kept driving, and then our Thomas guide, our atlas, and and we just totally passed it, and then it's just that feeling of like, oh man, it's like 2 hours of having to drive back because we just messed up.
The weather was really bad, but it wasn't just because we were driving the wrong way. We couldn't see any signs, so
Yeah,
we're just
again-
hoping we were on the road, hoping we were going the right way, and we weren't.
And not crashing into a car.
Yeah.
Heavy rain.
We don't have really crazy stories. Those are crazy stuff. We keep it pretty sane on the road.
Well, because there's so much going on, and you really are on a schedule, and you have to get from one place to the other, and especially in the wintertime it's cold as hell, in the summertime it's hot as hell. I remember always wanting to sort of like venture off and check out the towns and scope out the neighborhoods, and you're always like, "When are you coming back?"
You're gonna miss soundcheck.
Keeping a leash on me. You see some really beautiful things. I remember the sky in New Mexico was just like a phenomenon. The colors in the clouds, and I don't know, the landscape in Canada just blew my mind. Like the green up north. I don't know. It's just you just kind of take it all in. Yeah.
what's the craziest thing a fan has done to meet you guys?
Oh, schmig, huh?
Or just a crazy
Oh, to meet us? Didn't someone like get stuck in the snow and like had to sleep in a?
That was Nacho.
There was a fan that was like.
Oh,
that-
he told us.
Yeah.
If we remember the story correctly, it's did he drive out to see us, and then like he got stuck in this. This guy, this guy told us that he got stuck in his car for like a day because he came out to show. I don't remember where. Was it in Reno where we got stuck in the snow? Or no, Lake Tahoe? Do you guys remember?
Maybe. Oh yeah, that was.
So someone who told us that was stuck in the snow, that was freezing, and he had to be rescued because he had. Did he go see us, or he was on his way to see us? He was on his way.
He missed it.
He missed our show because he got stuck.
He got stuck in the snow.
So-
He had to spend the night in the car. Like,
Yeah,
in the snow.
so we were happy that he made it out.
Yeah, well, no, he didn't make it out that night. He came to
But
see us at another time.
He was still alive because
Oh, yeah, he didn't make it out alive.
Yeah.
He didn't make it to the show.
I remember we played in TJ once, and this fan had already came to meet us, and he went to Nikki, and remember he wanted like a hug or a kiss or something, and she was like, okay, and she went for it, and then he just licked her, the whole side of her face.
Yeah, that happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Sean's for.
Tattoos?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We've
Yeah.
had children named after us.
Yeah.
After you.
So yeah.
Since you started playing music, and where do you feel music is headed since then?
Headed. Well, there's a lot more as far as like technology goes, and people doing things where it's just like it's less people but producing bigger sounds, which is awesome. But I like sticking with the rock and roll traditional like band layout. I feel like there's a lot of cool stuff, sounds that Betty's able to produce with the guitar that we're able to do, as a traditional rock and roll band. And I don't see us venturing off too far from that because I really like it. But it's really neat to see like other people and experiment with samples and with just whatever new technology, the things that they're able to the sounds that they're able to make with the new things that are available to them, where a band of two can create a gigantic sound, and that's fascinating and super cool to experience and to watch them make. Mm-hmm.
It's really crazy how I have this software, the Reason software, and it's like a million instruments and a million different sounds and effects and beats and horns and any instrument, like right there in my computer. Like I have a million musicians in my computer. Just that, I can just push this and I did like a trumpet solo.
Right.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, you can record music on your computer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And have like go into a studio and spend
Yeah.
all that money and everybody's there and get it to your fans quicker.
Yeah.
You can. I mean, there's definitely nothing's ever going to be as good as having a proper producer, proper microphone. There are some things that are expensive for a reason, and we were lucky enough to still be able to produce a record on our own that is very high quality, because we still have those connections with the people that we knew back then that we're still super tight with. And Ted Hutt was a fantastic guy to work with. He's great. Yeah. Nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah.
So excited for him. Yeah.
How do you feel about like probably when you first started they were doing CDs still and then they were doing iTunes and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Now it's like what we were talking about.
So you don't have that feeling, but right. Yeah, I feel like, I like living in this new era where it's all just available and I don't even need to have it physically.
I noticed a lot of bands are starting to do vinyl again.
Mhm.
Do you plan on releasing a new album?
Yes.
Oh yeah. We have. It's actually getting made as we speak. It's the first time we released vinyl, so we actually learned our lesson that vinyl takes about 6 months to be made. So, yeah, it takes a long time because actually a lot of the factories that manufacture them are some of the old school factories that have been around 50, 60 years, and so there's so much demand for it that a lot of them are very, very much backed up. So they take months to be made. So our vinyl actually comes out like mid-February. So even though our new record comes out the 27th, it'll still be a few weeks before vinyl comes out. But yeah, we'll have it. It'll be on our merch store.
Do you plan on releasing past albums on vinyl?
It's an idea. Right now it's not in the works, but we might. Definitely, yeah.
Do you have plans to go on tour dates or work tour or anything this year?
Yeah, well, we have some dates already in March to go up north, and we're just kind of playing it by ear and seeing kind of the momentum that grows, because the reality is that like we do a lot of like internet shows, so we have fans scattered all over the country, so it's kind of cool to be able to play for them, on the internet and not have to do all the traveling, which we enjoy. But these days it's a little tough to get on the road because it's just so expensive to travel. And but exactly, we'll kind of see how this record goes, and if we get opportunities that are great for us to get out there, we will. So we're just doing shorter runs and stuff online.
What has been the most memorable experience so far in your career?
Oh wow! Do you guys have one that you remember?
Wait,
A memorable.
a memorable one, or is this the most memorable?
What has been the most memorable so far?
I think for me, like what I've always remembered, which is always exciting. I don't know if it's the same thing as yours, but we've played a couple of shows where our like fans would sing along all of a sudden. Where I I think now a lot of people do, but I remember one of the first shows we
time when it
did.
happened.
Yeah, even our faces were like, you know, because we didn't expect it. That I remember. That's always stuck in my head. Yeah.
Yeah,
or
when
just
it's
see
the first
them.
time, when you're
Mhm.
like, wow, people actually know our record. They actually do listen to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's exciting.
I was just gonna remember a show that one of my favorites was when, but it wasn't with this lineup. It was with in
okay.
Europe when we played Switzerland. I think that was one of my favorite shows ever because we had like was it the Swedish Army
Yeah.
showed up? A lot
Really?
of good look. The whole army of very good looking boys, very good looking people showed up and they were ready to have a good time and. They were playing. Remember, they were playing the guitar solo with me. Like they were strumming my guitar. It was like the best show. That's my favorite. That's my most memorable. I want to move there. And, I don't know.
No. I mean,
No memories. No memories for you.
no. Do you have a memorable experience that you remember? Well, we've had a lot of good shows. That's obviously amazing, and just to be fortunate enough to be able to have. Oh, I know. We did. You know what? A really cool show that we did one time was for 500 Japanese kids that had come over here.
Yeah.
That was
That
crazy.
was fun.
Yeah.
Because the funny thing is that they told us it was a group of Japanese students, and they had us play for them, and they told us, hey, at Citrus College, and they said, don't be alarmed if they don't clap, or culturally they're just a little more refrained. Oh, okay, no worries. It was the complete opposite of what they had. They're like the
Ran to
craziest
the
audience we
stage.
had.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like. They didn't know us really. They just knew that we were going to be performing for them. They set up the show at the college, and
They knew our music.
they knew our music. Okay, I didn't remember.
And their
But
shouts and like their arms were all.
they were in sync. They're like, hey, 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 hey.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and the whole show, we're like, this is amazing. Yeah, that was really cool.
That was a fun one.
Yeah.
The Japanese fans, like, they love all the American.
Yeah, that's a place we want to go. We want to go toward Japan for sure because like
I think we had fans there.
we do. Our records are available out there, and we know we have them. We just got to get out there.
I'm surprised, like, since your albums were released over there, they haven't brought you over there.
Well, I mean, there was kind of a gap in between, those last records, and then the band kind of broke up. So maybe we'll see for this next one. We'll take a summer vacation in Japan. Yeah.
I don't know.
Xavier.
Let's go to
He
Japan.
would probably love it. Like all the anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be into it.
Yeah.
Sushi, yeah. It's probably really, really good.
Oh, I remember being on the road in the winter time and driving through all the snow, just like day in, day out. And then, oh gosh, when we played the show, what was it? It was so beautiful. It was like this precipice, like kind of like Grand Canyon looking.
in Washington.
That was amazing
Yeah, the
to
gorge
play.
is an awesome venue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just the landscapes.
Yeah.
The early shows, oh my gosh, when we used to play Mr. T's Bowl, and it was like right at the peak. We had a residency there where we'd play every Tuesday, and then it just kind of quickly blew up, and I'd show up, maybe 15 minutes before I had to go on stage, and there was a line out the door, and the place would be packed, and I felt like a rock star, but like at 19 years old, and that was fucking amazing to have that entire place like fill up with people that were so excited to have us. I'd go crazy on stage. It was really fun.
Any final words for your fans?
Thank you so much for liking our music, and we love you guys. You're the best fans ever.